Well, hi you guys, welcome back to the Kneady Homesteader channel, and this is a requested video, which I always love doing. We are making loose meat sandwiches, kind of like Roseanne Barr, you know, in the show Roseanne, kind of sort of like that, except this is a recipe that I found online many years ago. For any Detroiter out there, National Coney Island, I found this on do they still have message boards? Back in the day, they had message boards. And one of the cooks there shared the secret ingredient to their loose hamburgers. And it is Lipton soup mix. Now, of course, we buy Aldi brand here because that's the best for my family. But you're gonna want 2 packages of the Lipton soup mix, which if you shop at Aldi's, it's the Chef's Cupboard onion soup mix, the powder. I use 2 envelopes. When I make this, I make about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds. If you're only going to do 1 pound, and your family's little, or you're just cooking for you and your husband, you only need 1 pound. Just use 1 envelope. I'm going to go ahead. I'm eyeballing this with my beef. So I kind of have a big pack of it out. So I'm going to take roughly 2 pounds of it because this is a family favorite. And I'm gonna put it in here and we are gonna saute that up. I might just add just a little extra because the kids really do enjoy this. So normally, and I think on my meal plan, I had me serving this with chili, which I still even have my Instant Pot out. But I went out with my girlfriend Sonia. I'll leave a link up above to her YouTube channel. Go over, subscribe to her. Let her know you're a friend of mine. I love her so much. And her and I went shopping at the Mennonite Bulk food store, the Daily Bread, and had so much fun. And we sat and we chatted, and I just spent the afternoon with her, and so I never got around to making my chili. So when we were at the bulk food store, they do sell some side salads. So I was able to buy some pasta salad. I think I bought some macaroni salad, and I bought some German coleslaw, which is the vinegar-based coleslaw. So, and I also grabbed some of their hand-battered onion rings that they sell like in a big bag in the cooler section. So we have sides. It's just not going to be chili tonight. So I'm going to set this over medium heat. Now this is really easy, you guys, okay? It is salt, pepper, the 2 Lipton soup mixes. Now you can add to this, make it your own. If you want to add a little extra sprinkle of garlic, a little extra sprinkle of granulated onion, a little whatever you want to add. If you would like to do extra raw onion on here, you know, and cook the onion in with the meat on top of what's in the Lipton soup packet, you can do that. I keep it very simple because I cook for kids. So we're just going to add some sea salt. We are going to add some fresh cracked black pepper. Okay, and if you don't know about my automatic dispensers, I will leave a link to these down below. These are wonderful if you have hand injuries or any kind of arthritis and doing the hand crank isn't possible anymore. They're battery operated. We've got a light. They're wonderful. So I will leave a link to these down below. We are just going to start browning this. I will say, if you want to, and once in a while I do, I'd like to add a little bit, maybe a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Oh, I don't know if I'm ever going to get that word right. I do sometimes like to add a little bit of that to it. but nothing more than that. So I will add that in just in case that's an option that you want to do. But really, this is so easy, and it's great for nights like this where I have been busy all day and I just want a really quick dinner, but a dinner that's going to fill everyone and one that everybody's going to enjoy because they love this. If you want to serve it with chili, you can even serve this with like a coney sauce, almost like a coney hot dog sauce if you want, or like chili like that, but you don't have to. This is great with mustard and a little bit of raw onion. That's how I like to eat mine. So the sky is the limit. You can do whatever you want. But think of Roseanne and her loose meat sandwich. I'm going to go and double check that slaw. It's actually called Memphis slaw. And I'm going to show it to you here real quick. It says tangy southern style slaw with brown sugar and vinegar dressing over shredded cabbage, green and red peppers, onions, carrots, with a sprinkle of jalapeno and celery seed. Look at that. Ooh, doesn't that look delicious? Oh, that's going to be so good. So, this is like one of the side salads that I grabbed. Okay, so I like to use these little, I call them chop chops. Grab me that little chop chop. And I just like to chop it down and keep chopping it because I like this finely minced. Like almost, I don't like any big chunks in it. If you ever go to a Coney Island and get a loose hamburger, they never have big chunks. It's always finely ground. So I will just keep chopping it up. If you guys need a link to this, I think I've got a Farberware one too. This one I won at a Christmas party during a game. Anyway, I'll leave a link down below for you. If you don't have one of these in your kitchen arsenal, get you one. It makes such a difference in cooking. Really makes it a lot easier, again, especially if you have hand issues. Okay, so this is for any new cooks out there, because I know I have several people that follow me now that are all new to home cooking from scratch. This is something I didn't know when I was cooking from scratch, so I'm going to kind of zoom in here. Okay, so when you see that your meat is brown, but you still have all this liquid, this water, this juice, that is a sign that even though your meat is brown, it is not fully cooked. Now, I learned of a little boy many years ago. This is back when we all used to watch Oprah. She had a mom on there. This is when I was kind of a young mom. I had young babies. And she had a young mom on there saying, and her story was, she had cooked dinner one night and she had browned the meat, but she didn't cook it all the way. She thought when it was gray, it was cooked. So she served it to her little 2-year-old, and her 2-year-old died. The meat had a bacteria of some sort. I don't remember all the details, but even through 2 traumatic brain injuries, that story still haunts me. So, as a young mom, I always made sure that not only did I cook my ground beef, but I always gave it a light sear. And I knew if it was lightly seared, it was cooked all the way. So what you want to do is make sure that you're cooking out all that liquid. When the liquid is gone, your meat is then fully cooked. I just want to kind of throw that out there because you know, as people start getting back to cooking from scratch, because quite frankly, you can't afford to eat out anymore. You can't even afford a quick run through McDonald's anymore. There's going to be more and more people that come to cooking from scratch, and they might never have done it before. I was one of them. So you'll never get judged here on my channel. You will never get judged by the followers that follow me here, which I think I have the best subscribers in all of YouTube land. I honestly do. They're so loving, and they're so kind, and they're so helpful. They even answer questions when they see questions pop up and they know that I haven't seen it, or I might be overwhelmed and I might need help. They just jump in and help one another, and I love you guys for that. So if there's any new cooks out there, you want to cook your ground beef until all that liquid is gone, and we're getting really close now. As you can see now, all the liquid is just about gone now. I use really lean meat, so I never have to drain it. I know some people use the paper towel trick with a piece of paper towel and tongs if you got to soak up any grease. But I don't have to do that. So just about there. My meat is starting to get a little bit of a light sear on it, which is perfect. We want to steam this meat. We want this really tender. And you want to grind it up, those little pieces. Okay, that's like it's like the trick of getting the consistency right. So now I am going to add some Worcestershire sauce, probably about a tablespoon. I like the flavor. You don't have to add it though. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. I would not call it a key ingredient. I just like the little added richness that it adds to it. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're just going to take these packets of onion soup, and we are going to just add them right to the top. If you make your own from scratch, you can definitely use that. Okay, now what I do, I always kind of mix it in, and then we're going to add some water to this. Now, I don't ever measure, but I'm going to get my measuring cup out for you guys. We're going to do 1 cup first. I would have guessed, if I had to guess, about 2 cups of water. There's 1. There's 2. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a 1/3 cup because I still have to get the air fryer out. So let's add like, what is that, 2.5? No, that's another 1/4 cup. Let's make it a 1/2. I want to rehydrate those onions. It's not going to hurt. I'm going to just put in 3 cups. Mine's going to be a little on the soupy side, but it's okay. It's got to sit here. Now what I do is I bring this up to a boil. It's still over medium heat. I haven't changed the heat yet. And once this comes up to a boil, then I'm going to lower it down to a simmer. And then I'm going to put the lid on it. So when we come to a boil, I'll bring it back. So now we're up to a boil. And now, if yours is going to sit a while and steam, you can add the extra water. If it's not and you're going to be serving this, don't add as much water. It's usually about a cup per pound. So if you're doing a pound, it's usually like a cup you need. But I added a little extra here because this is going to be sitting for a while. So now I turn this down to simmer. I put a lid on it. And now I just let that water dissipate. And then once we get the dry beef again, it's ready to serve. And when that happens, I'll bring you back. Okay, so the craziness of dinner is upon us. So this is it after all of the moisture is pretty much steamed out. I put my hamburger buns, and you can kind of see it's kind of, I'm gonna say thick, but it's thick. But you want the onions to kind of just melt away in the meat. Okay, so now my kids, it all depends. Ketchup, mustard. I eat mine with mustard and onions. I like a little Coney Island chili on it, or, you know, chili if we make chili. You can just have it just like this and put nothing on it. Danny, how do you like yours? Loose meat sandwich.
Ketchup.
You put mayo on yours?
No.
No.
Too messy.
The kids like, Mason likes his plain. Mina likes ketchup. Does she like ketchup or barbecue sauce? And she likes both, she says. So, what I do is I don't use my microwave very often, but one of the ways I do like to use it is when we put, what I do is take off the tie, because it's metal, you don't want to put it in the microwave, tuck the bag down, just like that, put it in 30 seconds, it steams the buns. So if you want a steamy bun, that's the way you do it. Alright, so now we're going to make a loose meat sandwich. So we're going to make the first kiddos first. And take some of that meat. Just like Roseanne's kitchen, right, honey? What was the name of her restaurant?
The Lunchbox.
The Lunchbox, that's right. You have such a great memory. Gosh, I love it.
It's about TV and movies.
I love it. Okay, so let me show you up close what it looks like. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to throw some, we've got some onion rings. We're going to throw some onion rings on here and some side salads, and I'll be back to show you the finished. Okay, this is Mina's plate. Mina, did you want any coleslaw like Iva's chicken? With the, you probably don't, do you? Anyway, there you go. There it goes. She doesn't want anything. She wants it plain right now. So that's her plate, and that is loose meat sandwiches. Now I'll come back and I'll show you mine once I fix mine. So here is my finished loose hamburger. I put just some mustard and some freshly cut onion, and I have some onion rings and some pasta salad and some of that Memphis coleslaw with the jalapeno in it. And that's it. That is it, you guys. So if you give this a try, let me know. Super delicious. Your own lunchbox loose meat sandwich. There you go. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you soon.